are we retiring at 60 years? And our leaders in the national office are saying they are not able to retire. They will stay in that office forever. So we are so much pained with that, and we are saying no to those amendments. That is one thing. Another thing is about the nomination fee. They have raised the nomination fee such that a teacher, if you are supposed to stand as an ES, you are supposed to pay 300,000, and if you are supposed to go and stand in the national office, you are supposed to pay 500,000. And actually, the raising of the nomination fee was to block out the teachers, especially the classroom teachers, from standing. Even the branch nomination fee, it has been raised from 10,000 shillings to 50,000. And for the top officials, it has been raised from 10,000 shillings to 100,000. My names are Siska Korir, a teacher from Nakuru County. And this morning, I'm so much discouraged as a teacher, and I'm so much pained with what the teachers are going through, because the teachers are going through a lot of suffering in silence, and there is no one to talk about them, because it's like teachers are afraid, and it's like nobody is listening to the teachers, the classroom teachers especially. One of the problems with teachers are going through is they are actually forced to be in the union, a union which you are just forced to be a member of the union without any consultation, without filling any form. You are just forced to be a member. And once you are a member of that union, which is actually KUPPET, Union for the Post-Primary Teachers, once you are in the union, there is nothing going on in the union. Our leaders actually does not fight for the teachers. What is happening is our leaders are just filling their stomach, and they are just entertaining themselves. They are even making the teachers to suffer more, because instead of fighting for the teachers, they are actually demoralizing the teachers and actually making the teachers to suffer more. Instead, like for example, we are looking at the reforms. We are looking at the constitution amendments which was done recently. What happens is, it was done in Vihiga, and these amendments, constitution amendments, was done without any public participation, because the teachers were supposed to be involved in advance around 6 months, but these people went on and they started doing the amendments in Vihiga without involving the teachers. And as per the law, there must be a public participation for that. So the amendments were done without any public participation. That is one of the suffering which teachers went through. And what happens at the same time, instead of them using voting when they were in Vihiga, they use acclamation. There was no voting, and this is not according to the constitution, the KUPPET constitution of the teachers. We don't have any acclamation. The amendment was supposed to be done through voting. So what I'm just requesting is, teachers, we are not satisfied with the constitution amendments, and what we did is we went to the RTU. And when we went to the trade unions, what happens is, we requested them that the constitution was not done in the right way, and that it was supposed to be stopped until the right way was supposed to be followed. But what happens is the trade union went on and cassetted the constitution. After cassettement of the constitution, they went on and accepted and published the constitution. So what we are saying as teachers is, we were not actually involved in the whole process of constitution amendment. And what is even worse is, this constitution is very punitive. They have introduced very punitive amendments in the constitution, because one of the things which has been introduced is the age bracket. These people have put a no age bracket, meaning they can stay in the office, that is the national office. They have decided that there is no age bracket for retirement, and they are going to stay in that office forever. Because now there is no age bracket, they can stay as much as until they die. Actually, we don't need people to lead us until they are very old and they are not able to even deliver to the teachers. Because if somebody is saying a person can lead until that person dies, there is no retirement age. Yet as teachers, we have a retirement age of 60 years. Why are we retiring at 60 years? And our leaders in the national office are saying they are not able to retire. They will stay in that office forever. So we are so much pained with that, and we are saying no to those amendments. That is one thing. Another thing is about the nomination fee. They have raised the nomination fee such that a teacher, if you are supposed to stand as an ES, you are supposed to pay 300,000, and if you are supposed to go and stand in the national office, you are supposed to pay 500,000. And actually, the raising of the nomination fee was to block out the teachers, especially the classroom teachers, from standing. Even the branch nomination fee, it has been raised from 10,000 shillings to 50,000. And for the top officials, it has been raised from 10,000 shillings to 100,000. Imagine a teacher like me. If I want, for example, to be an ES, I have to part with 100,000 or 200,000. For teachers like that, that is beyond our reach. It is too much, and we know the motive. The motive is to block out classroom teachers. The motive is to block out unionists who want to fight for the teachers, because those people, they have decided they are not fighting for the teachers. What they are just doing is they are on their own business. But teachers are suffering, especially the junior secondary school teachers. Look at the junior secondary school teachers. They have only been given one position in the KUPPET office. So what are we saying? Are the junior secondary teachers no teachers like us? They must be recognized like the high school teachers, and they must be given equal opportunity to stand and be nominated and elected like the other teachers. So those ones are very unfair. There are so many things which has been introduced in the new constitution, and we are saying all those things are very unfair. We have the case of the prolata, and what they are doing is they even want to introduce more regional offices. They want to introduce more leaders. What we are saying is, if they introduce these more regional offices, this one is going to make us pay more money. And we know their plans. We know they are planning to increase the union dues, for example, to 3%. And that one is going to add more load in our payslip. The payslip of the teacher is already very much, it is so what? It is much, it is very, the payslip of the teacher has been, there's nothing in the payslip. We don't get anything. So if they're adding more union dues to us, then they are mutilating our payslip, and we don't have anything else. Teachers are so discouraged, and we are even asking our leaders. We are asking our leaders, we are asking our national leaders to fight for us teachers. Because now if this constitution is going to pass, then the teachers will be discouraged. And when a teacher is discouraged, the students are discouraged. When the students are discouraged, the parents will be discouraged. When the parents is discouraged, the whole community is discouraged. The core unit in this society is a teacher. And when a teacher is not functioning well, it is going to affect the whole society. So we are requesting our leaders to fight for us. Why is it that the national office, they don't want to retire? They want to stay there. And these punitive amendments, actually, they are doing it by force. There is no one who is supporting. We have even gone around the country signing signatures. And we have around 5,000 signatures where the teachers have said no. They have said no to these amendments, but they are going forward and they want to make sure the amendments have passed through. We are so worried about the RTU, because it is the RTU actually which has facilitated the whole process, because it was them who were supposed to stop those amendments. But they have gone on and they have continued with the amendments. So what we are asking the RTU also, can they be fair in the process? We refuse the corruption, because we know there is a lot of corruption which is involved, especially in the RTU office. So we are requesting that there should be no corruption. May the teachers be listened to. Teachers are crying and there is no one who is listening to teachers. And we are saying no to corruption. We are saying no to the new constitution. The amendments will not go through. We are ready to fight for it to the end. And we pray that God is going to assist us, that no amendments is going to go through. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Yes? Okay. RTU is a trade union, which actually is a body which is concerned or which has the mandate of registering unions. And at the same time, when there is any changes in the constitution, they have to go through the RTU so that the RTU can confirm before it is made into the new laws. So if there is any amendments, like the amendments which took place in FIHICA, those ones, after the FIHICA amendments, they were taken to the RTU so that the RTU can look at it and see if there was fair process which was followed. So it is a body actually which is supposed to be very fair and just, because it is the one which is supposed to look at it and see if all the due and fair process was followed when doing the amendments. But the same RTU is the one which is also on the wrong, because RTU knows, because we went to the RTU. And then when we went to the RTU, we told them the constitution was not followed. There was no public participation. And this nomination fee and the retirement age is illegal. So they were very aware that the whole process was unlawful. But they went on and processed the constitution, now Kapitisha. So we are so much, Peter, especially about the RTU, because it is the one which has failed us. We went and told them that the whole process was not fair, but ikaenda mbele na ikaregister hiyo constitution and it said it is okay. So that is why we are very bitter about the RTU. We are very bitter about the national office because of the changes they are trying to make. Why are they trying to discriminate teachers? Because if they are introducing new changes, very high money, nomination fee, they are trying to discriminate teachers who are not able to raise those money. And that is where we are so bitter. That is why we are saying those amendments must not go through. Let this one go to our leaders, even in the parliament. Let this one go even to our president. We are being discriminated, and we are saying there is unconstitutional amendments going on in the teachers' fraternity, especially in the KUPPET, and we are saying no to that. Yes? Registrar of Trade Union. So the RTU I'm talking about is the Registrar of Trade Unions. It is a body which is mandated with registering unions in Kenya. And it is a body which is supposed to be very fair and just. But what we have been seeing lately is the opposite of what we have. Okay, so because the trade unions has not honored whatever we went and requested them. So our next move is we will be moving to the court. We are taking the whole thing to the court so that the court can be able to fight for us and so that we can be able to find justice in the corridors of the court. So in fact, we have started the process. The teachers are raising some money so that we can be able to move to court and defend ourselves in the court, because nobody is listening to us. The RTU is not listening to us. So that is the only way we are trying to move on. We are going to the court. This constitution amendment started last year, November. That is when they went to Vihiga and they were there so that they could be able to carry out voting and pass the new constitution. But what happens in Vihiga was just something which was very different. People were actually intimidated, and some of them were even fought so that they could not be able to refuse the constitution or say no to the new constitution. And instead of voting clause by clause, what they did is they just started an acclamation, and this acclamation is not there in our constitution. So instead of voting by one clause by one clause, they decided that they were doing once an acclamation, and they say, let those who are the nays have it. And that is how the constitution was passed. There was no prior participation of the teachers, and they went to Vihiga last year, November, and they passed it through acclamation. So the teachers were not involved. There was no voting, due voting which was followed. It was just done like that. So when we talk about the amended constitution, we already have a constitution in Kenya, the KUPPET constitution, which guide the governance of the KUPPET, which is actually for the post-primary teachers. And the constitution is very clear about the retirement age. The retirement age is supposed to be 60 years. But what happens when they amended that constitution? So the constitution has been amended, and there is a new constitution now which is in place, which should be amended from now. It should be functional from now. And this constitution has actually changed the retirement age of the teachers of the national KUPPET office from 60 years. And the retirement age is forever. There is no retirement age. They can stay in that office as much as they want. That is one thing which has been changed in that constitution. Another thing which has been changed in the new constitution now, they have introduced very high nomination fee. Initially, the nomination fee was 10,000 shillings. But just like I've said, the nomination fee has been rise from 10,000 shillings, and they have put 100,000 for the branch members. And if you want to become an ES, they have put 200,000. If you want to go to the national office, they have put 500,000. All those were not there. It was just a standing rate of 10,000 shillings, and that one has been changed, and it is there now in the new constitution. Another thing which is now appearing in the new constitution, the KUPPET constitution, is about the introduction of new regional office. What they are trying to do is they are trying to introduce new regional office in every region. So you can imagine there will be how many regional offices, and then there will be how many officials in those regional offices, and this burden will go directly to the teachers. And therefore, when it goes directly to the teachers, it will add to our load, and we are already suffering. So the teachers their payslip will be mutilated, and they will continue to suffer more. So those are some of the major changes which have been done in the new constitution. We have also another new thing which has been introduced, which is called the prolata. What is happening is for every 100 people in every branch. So A branch should be having 300 people, but for every 100, they will be a member. So what is happening is that is not also a good thing, because it is causing discrimination to those counties which have very few teachers. And it is not good, it is discriminatory, and we are saying no to it. So those are the major changes, but there are some other small hidden changes which are found in the new constitution, and that is the constitution we are saying no to it. We are saying no amendments, no changes in our constitution. Let the constitution remain the way it was. We are not seeing anything good in the new constitution. What they have just brought are things which make the teachers even to suffer more.